Now, if I notice there's too much circulation and it's running the fish too hard, I will cut the flow back. That's why you want to get a more expensive water filtration system where you can control the flow. So if that's the case, I'm going to cut the flow back. But more water circulation, more oxygenation, and more filtration, little filters, is going to be the best to maintain your water where you want it. Now, for the aquatic, for the semi-tropical fish tank that I have in the 20-gallon, it's okay. I keep it at a certain pH. I keep it right at 6.9 to 7.1. But for this 10-gallon, I'm going to try to adjust slowly the Guppies to a new pH. And for the aquatic plants, I'm going to try to keep the pH of 6.5 to 6.7. I really want to keep it right around 6.7 optimum, because I've learned through I've had a lot of hydroponic kits like the Aero Gardens, and I've grown hydroponic vegetables and tomatoes. They do better when you have more of the pH lower than at the neutral base of 7.0 to 7.4. I don't know why, but they just do. And another thing is the alkalinity. Alkalinity of your water is basically the hardness of your water and how well the water can dissolve, how well the water works as a solvent. And you know, if the water is too soft, it doesn't dissolve things right, and if it's too hard, it dissolves them too much. I don't know, I'm just now learning about alkalinity and the hardness and softness of water, but you want to try to maintain neutral levels of everything. But right now, the only tip on your chemical levels and your water levels is the pH. To grow the best and most flourishing plants in an aquarium, I suggest 6.7 to 6.8 as your pH instead of right at 7.0. And that's if you're really hardcore, you're keeping right up with all the balancing, the chemical balances of your water. Another thing I forgot to tell you besides let's get out of the backlight. Another thing that I wanted to say besides the liquid nutrients to supplement your minerals in the water, you can also, there is this new supplement I found that's got a little bit of aloe and iron, and that's really good. That will boost the colors of your aquatic plants. Alright, so another thing, one other main tip, I'm gonna do the blue rocks from the small tank. The blue rocks in here, they're already washed and established. But I'm going to also do black rocks, remember, because you need a lot of rocks so your plants can embed a deep, good, healthy, strong root system. So get your rocks, oh, and make sure before you do any of this, you wash your hands with an antibacterial soap, and then you rinse your arms and hands for a while. Rinse it off. Because like when you clean any aquatic items, like terrain pieces inside of a tank, like I didn't just open the underground filtration, the underground gravel filtration system and put it right in the water. You wash it in cool water. That's important. You don't want to wash it in sterilizing hot water, because I've learned when you wash things like that or these rocks in extremely hot water, it allows bad bacteria and algae, the bad algae, to grow easier if you wash it in hot water. So you want to wash, when you're sterilizing your aquarium items, you want to wash it in cool water, because it helps, for some reason, it's just something I've learned, it helps keep off the bad stuff from automatically growing. So I put mine, you could just put them in a pan without the skimmer, but I just put them in this little thing. It's got big holes, so a lot of the rocks are falling out, and wash it with cool water, because I found out with cheap gravel, if you're cheap and you get cheap aquatic gravel and you wash it with hot water, the cheap rocks are dyed and painted, and it will wash the paint off. So I've already washed that. I'm gonna go ahead and dump, catch this on video. I'm gonna go ahead and dump. This was only 2 pounds of rock. 2 pounds of rock. So remember how I said for every 10 gallons you want 3 to 4 inches? Well, basically 3 to 4 inches in a 10 gallon is going to be a 5-pound bag. If you can't measure it like I do by the inches, do it by the pounds. So for a aquatic plant aquarium that's 10 gallons, you're going to want to do a minimum of 5 pounds of rock. You just, I mean, trust me on that, because most people try to be cheap and skim by only doing a 2-pound bag of rock in 10 gallons. Try to hold the camera a little stiller. So in the 20-gallon back there that you see, that's about 5.5, 6 pounds of rock without an underground filtration system. So my hands are already clean, and see, this was only 2 pounds of gravel. I'm gonna need more. Now, I'm probably not gonna be able to finish the entire show on this tonight because it's getting late and I gotta put him to bed. But another thing to note, show in this water. See how I washed these gravel over and over for about 5 minutes, and see how on the camera, is it showing the little these little rocks floating? Can you see it on the camera?
No, not really.
Here, let me
see it.
Here, go ahead and take the net. Let go. Let me have it. Try to start fishing out those little rocks, and the little rocks with this net. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get a better view of this. See, on top of the water, hold on, don't scoop that up. On top of the water, you can see these few rocks right here floating around. Take your net and scoop that out. Don't let that float in there and sink down. That's not, those are unnecessary little bits of gravel that you don't want in your tank. So I'm having my little nephew helper, my young cameraman who's getting pretty good, fish out those. And we're gonna stop there tonight. But going back to because I'm trying to go so fast now. I've got 3 more objectives in this video I've got to show y'all. Yeah, my trash can's right over there. So, going back to these lids. This was a cheap lid system, and it does not support long fluorescent bulbs. It only supports the round iridescent, turn-in bulbs. And you, okay, well, hold on. And you don't want to you want to avoid these lids, because I'm going to explain why. The fluorescent bulbs, you get a wider variety of these fluorescent bulbs. Now see, since I'm heavy into aquatic plants, I'm using the Aquariums Fluoromax, mine's an 18-inch lid, 15-watt lamp, plant growth. Now see, the Fluoromax is on a different spectrum than a daylight bulb, and that's very important that you make sure that you get the T8 freshwater Fluoromax bulb, because the spectrum of light that it puts out is specifically made to induce plant growing, a conducive environment for plant growing. If you just get a daylight regular bulb because it's cheaper, you're going to have less vibrant colors in your plants and very slow plant growth. I found this out. So going back to the lids, if you get the iridescent lamps, and look, see, there's that cheap. Man, see, I thought this lid came with, see, that's why also they gave it to me so cheap. I bought this lid and I thought I was going to get 2 starter iridescent bulbs. They didn't even give me the bulbs. So now I got to go back and spend, this was $9.99, so I got to spend another $10 on getting the other bulb that goes on this side. But the main thing, this is you got to spend a little more money, because don't get the iridescent bulbs just because you're trying to save money if you're doing plants. So this is the Color Max color enhancing 6-inch weaved, I forget what you call it, weaved, sorry, I'm really tired, weaving fluorescent light. And again, the main thing is what's a little bit different from the long fluorescent plant growth, the Fluoromax, the T8, is this is a 10 watt from a 15 watt, so it's going to produce less heat. and it says enhances natural colors of fish and live plants, and it's color enhancing. So it's going to be more energy efficient, but produce less output of wattage and heat. Oh, and here you go on the side, it says light output comparison, 10 watt equals a 50 watt bulb. Yeah, but if you see, that's what they don't tell you. Hold on, you're covering my shadow. If you put in a 50 watt bulb like they're showing right here in this lid, and they're trying to grow plants, your plants are gonna die, or they're gonna turn yellow, like in my small tank over here. They're gonna turn yellow. So that's why you want to do the color enhancing bulbs. Go ahead and pay that extra $10 and get those. Alright, so finishing up the last objective today, because I'm going to sell my 3 small tanks on eBay, and that's one of the main reasons I was doing this besides just the pet tips. So I wanted to run through this. On eBay, I'm going to sell this 0.5 gallon tank for real cheap. I'm not worried about that selling because I'm going to put it on there for 99 cents. But this top fin, this is an acrylic. This is a Aquasense 180 view. It's curved. It's an oval curve aquarium. Oh yeah, and I was wrong. It is a 3.5 gallon. I thought it was a 3 gallon, but it's 3.5 gallon. Now the main thing why I'm showing you this is because I just wanted to show you guys how cute you can do your setup with, and I needed to show you some things that you know, it's a used tank, so that's why the price is going to be substantially cheaper on eBay. And the thing is, I do have the original box. This is the original box that came in. Let's open this real quick. See, I always kept this box because I knew I wasn't going to keep it long. So I've got the original boxes in here for the power cords and the little filter and the lights and stuff, and yeah, okay, so that's that. I've got just to have the original box so you can have the original artwork and the little sayings on it. And this I paid $19.99 or $24.99. So I'm gonna, and it has the lid. Let's see. Alright, here, little man, I need you to take over this camera now, real quick, because we need to finish this up. Alright, right here, try to zoom in right here. The lid has a little bit